さあさあさあ。よっしゃー。来ましたね。新竜ナルガクルガ。
When they were playing Monster Hunter Cross on live stream and Nargacuga appeared, Monster Hunter fans from around the world lost their collective shit, leaving some new hunters a little confused. What is this Nargacuga monster and why is it so popular? Well, let's take a small dive in and see what it is. Capcom had just finished creating Monster Hunter Portable 2nd in Japan and only had 1 year of development time to create Monster Hunter Portable 2nd G. Yayu Tokuda, one of the chief monster designers for the entire series, has recalled its creation in several interviews. Another one of the game designers on the team had created the monster, and while it still had the same body frame as Tigrex, they knew from the start that they wanted it to be very different. Now, while the appearance and sort of the personality of the monster was pretty much set from the start, they quickly ran into a lot of problems when trying to implement that into actual gameplay. For example, one of its main characteristics is its tail, which spikes out when it's enraged, and it likes to slam it down on you. And they recall that while on paper it makes total sense, it's kinda hard to make into fun gameplay because it's hard for players to grasp the distance between the tail and themselves. However, they ultimately succeeded and players absolutely loved Nargacuga when the game came out. Having a monster jump behind you and out of sight of the camera was something incredibly new and exciting. Because its actions were so fast, the frames in which they take place are also very short. So a lot of people will recall saying that this is the monster that basically taught them how to use evasion properly. Being able to jump through its attacks is incredibly satisfying. Of course, it also helped that the MHX gear that came in the game was also really good. It gave both evasion distance up and also evasion +2 straight out of the box. And Narga weapons are also very memorable because they have natural purple sharpness and also great capabilities as well. While Japan met and fell in love with Nargacuga in Monster Hunter Portable 2nd G, this title is also known in the West as Monster Hunter Freedom Unite. So this is a title in which many of the veterans of Monster Hunter today in the West were born. There's something incredibly special about the flagship monster for the title that got you into the series, so I suspect that that also enhances the fact that this monster is so memorable. It came back in Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, and they even introduced a new rare species called the Lucent Nargacuga. Its gimmick is that it disappears and appears here and there, and also its tail now shoots poisonous spikes. It's an incredibly fun hunt, and I'm really hoping that they bring this monster back into Monster Hunter Cross. I asked my subscribers on my Tumblr what it is about Nargacuga that makes it so special for them, and why do they love it, and while I really enjoyed all the responses and would love to read them all here, there were simply too many. So I'm going to pick a few here that I think really encapsulate what everyone else was trying to say, and were also really well written. Authentic Bold Taste put it, "It's the flagship monster of my first Monster Hunter game. Tons of memories fighting it, and the teaser from the end of the Freedom Unite opening is the ultimate hype fuel." And that, of course, guys, is the opening that I had at the start of this video. Shun the Hexmage said, "Because it's a giant cat dragon. Cats are adorable and dragons are scary, so Nargacuga is adorably death." It's actually funny because Narga comes from, I believe, the Sanskrit god serpent, and Kuga comes from cougar, so. Dead Cthulhu put it nicely, "Narga is the first monster that made me learn how to dodge attacks and answer back. I was a hammer main at the time and I could never hit him without getting hit. But with enough practice, I learned to dodge the iframes and became a better hunter technique. And I agree, it makes us all better hunters." Todd Morton is already taken said nicely, "When it goes into rage mode and it gets its glow in its eyes, it's simply one of the best ways to tell hunters, you now." And the Narga fights are always fun, and a lot of people said that. The red eyes were really great and impactful, and people just really enjoy fighting Narga, and so do I. And finally, all of that Monster Hunter said, "When I was a kid I was bullied a lot. Monster Hunter was kind of my only escape from reality. I always looked forward to fighting the monster from the cover art of the game. Beating him made me feel accomplished in life. Nerd, I know, but I do enjoy him." And I think this is another sentiment of why we love Monster Hunter. It really is a nice escape from reality. It does give us another universe to be a different version of ourselves and to overcome just wild challenges and feel accomplished. And the best thing of all is the community is cooperative, not competitive. Now, I could go on for hours about the actual monster itself, and maybe one day I will. but I just wanted to give you a really quick brief introduction on what it is this monster is and why it's so special. I hope you're excited to either face it for the first time or to welcome it back when it comes out in Monster Hunter Cross, which I hope really does come out in the West. Until then, happy hunting.